the most
average Formula One driver of all time.
So, how do I figure out the most average Formula One driver? Well, I built a couple of math models using maths and F1 stats. So, let me break it down. First, I looked into 8 different key categories: driver championship wins, race entries, race starts, pole positions, race wins, podiums, fastest laps, and points. In my first model, I averaged each category across all drivers. Then, for each driver, I subtracted their individual stat from these averages. By adding up all the differences, I got a single number showing how far each driver deviated from the overall change. So, a driver with the score closer to 0 meant they were more average than the others across every single category. In the end, this was surprisingly Nicholas Latifi with 61 race entries and 61 starts, 0 pole positions, 0 championship wins, 0 race wins, 0 podiums, 0 fastest laps, and 9 points. This model was clearly not accurate enough, so I wanted to make something more precise. For this, I calculated the standard deviation for each category, which measured how much the stats vary between drivers. I then created a Z-score for each driver for each stat, showing how far they were from the average, accounting for variation. Then I calculated give me 5 seconds. I also calculated the distance. The formula for the Z-score should be up here, the formula for the distance should be here. The closer to 0 the distance is, the more average the driver is across every single category. So, who is the most average F1 driver of all time? Coming in third place is Luigi Musso with a distance of 0.36 for 0.37. Following right after him is Wolfgang von Traps with a distance of 0.34. Now, coming in first, shattering both of them in terms of his distance score, is Gunnar Nilsson with a score of 0.29. Gunnar Nilsson is a Swedish F1 driver who drove for 1 year between 1976 and 1977. He has 32 race entries and 31 race starts, 0 pole positions and drivers' championships, 1 race win and 1 fastest lap, 4 podiums and 31 points, which, when you compare to the average of every single F1 driver, it's pretty close. After showing my findings to a friend, he suggested that I only focused on drivers from 2000 and onwards to make the results more relevant to modern F1. Applying the same Z-score method to this era gave us surprising results, but nonetheless accurate. So, in third place it was Danny Kvyat, in second place it was Hekai, and in third place it was Robert Kubica. Sorry if I butchered any of the names.